evening. Welcome to Kelly Lynn's Creative Kitchen. I'm your host, Kelly. And if you're in for a pinch of time and you'd like to have a nice and tasty dish, well, we're going to make you a cheese and turkey quesadilla tonight. It takes minutes, microwave in minutes, and you've got yourself a nice, hearty, tasty meal. And we'll add a little salsa as well. I will be right back with more on how you can make a tasty, fast quesadilla. First, you take a dish and wash it. I wash it with bleach really well. It's real fast and easy. You rinse it off. And this will be the plate to put your quesadilla on. What I do is I take a paper towel and I put the paper towel on top of the plate, which helps absorb the grease. It helps absorb the grease for the cheese and stuff and the meat that comes off. We're going to do a 2-layer quesadilla. First, what you want to do is grab, I bought grated cheese already from the store, and nice, it's got cheddar and mozzarella in it, so this will be a great tasty treat of cheese. The next thing I got was some cheap tortillas, and they are flour tortillas. If you want to lose weight or you don't want a lot of calories, I would try a corn tortilla. It's just as tasty. So what I do first is I take my 3 tortillas, I lay them on the plate, I grab another paper towel, and I lay the 2 top layers onto the side here while I first douse with a little cheese. First thing I do is I take and I grab a thin layer of cheese, and like you're cheesing a pizza, do the same with the quesadilla. Make sure you have a nice lot of cheese on here because you want to have a nice taste there. And you spread it out. You can use a spoon if you'd like to spread it out if you don't want to touch it like that. You spread it out, make sure it gets to the edges of your tortilla. Looks like we need some more cheese. Sprinkle to the edges right here. Next thing you do is take one of your tortillas and stick it. If you want to put butter on it, you're also welcome to sprouse it with butter. You lay it here, and now we're going to take some delicious turkey, chip beef turkey. I call it. It's like chip beef, but not. And I'm going to lay nice decadent layers of turkey onto the next level. I'm not going to cut them. Sometimes you can shred them. I just like to lay them out because they cook more evenly. And a few more just to cover the surface of that. And then we're going to add some cheese to it. Lay a little cheese on top of that. Just be the extra cheese here all the way around. Make sure it's covered nicely. And in no time flat, you'll have yourself top it off with another tortilla. And in no time flat, you're going to have yourself a nice tasty tortilla. Quesadilla. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to microwave it, and we will be right back. It'll take about 30 seconds to a minute, so we're going to do that right now. There's also other things you can do with quesadillas, which includes, not limited to, you can use that for a pizza in place of pizza crust. And that in itself can also lower cholesterol. And basically, another way you can do it is you can layer it with pepperoni, cheese, tomato sauce, and you can make yourself a pretty delicious, I would call it a pizza quesadilla. Another quick thing you can do is if you had beans, you could add a layer of beans, your refried beans to that. You have so many things that you can do. On the other side, you can do a fruit quesadilla, which means you can have like cream cheese on one layer, fruit on another, and then another layer of cream cheese, and you can have yourself a breakfast quesadilla. This is Kelly Lynn of Creative Kitchen. I'll be right back with the end product. Welcome back to Kelly Lynn's Creative Kitchen. I'm Kelly Lynn, and this is a quesadilla after 2.5 minutes. A nice melted layer of cheese, as you can tell. your turkey and your cheese on the bottom. Next thing we're going to do, we are going to cut it into slabs, 1/8 of an inch. We can use either a knife or a pizza cutter. I'm going to use a knife today. I'm going to do a nice even cut. We're going to make it into maybe about 8 pieces. Since it's me who I'm by myself, it's just sinking right through it. It's just wonderful. And it's a great meal for you and a couple friends, or a great snack. Make sure you're cutting deep into that. Make sure you don't get it into the paper towel. If you do, just make sure that when you're taking it out, you're not having paper towel on you. I've cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it again a little bit with a little Parmesan. Ooh, it'll make it nice and tasty. Light layer of Parmesan. We've got some salsa. And I'm going to have a cup of nice tea, some orange tea with my meal. I like tea. Tea is a great way to wind down in the evening. And voila, you have yourself a nice meal. Let me see how it tastes. Make sure everything is cut and we don't have the paper towel in there. Kind of like you can tear this off and it looks so delicious. It's really good. Let's take a dip and have a taste. Mmm. So for just pennies on the dollar, you can get your tortillas for about $1.95 or $1.50, depending on where you buy it. You got your cheese, cost about maybe $1.95 for a small bag of it, and your chip beef, which probably is about 39 cents. It depends on what you want. If you want lower salt, you want to get maybe a natural meat, or you can even just have a cheese quesadilla. This quesadilla is to die for. Until next time. This is what your cheese quesadilla will look like. Nice, even, rich layers of cheese and turkey. And it's all going in my mouth. Nice, big, thick dip. Great meal. My little chihuahua. She likes it too. Yep, there we go. You can even eat them plain. I'm going to have another one plain. You can even put cream cheese in there. It's so great. You can do so much with quesadillas. I'm in heaven. I'm definitely in heaven. You never thought food would be so creative. So take your time. Take a little time out and cook in your kitchen. Don't let it scare you anymore, because you too can make a nice looking piece of work out of absolutely very little in your kitchen. Let's be creative. Let's come to your kitchen. Email me at kellyhegg@msn.com. That's KELLYHEGG@msn.com. Until next time, thanks for watching Kelly Lynn's Creative Kitchen. I'm Kelly, your host. Have a nice evening. Bye. Hello, my name is Kelly of Kelly's Creative Kitchen. Right now, I'm going to show you how to make a fun bookmark that you and your whole family can enjoy with found objects from around your house. First of all, we have from the craft department a roll of burlap, or you can find anything similar to this. Any scraps of material, you can find these around your house. You can use clothes and cut them up. I have a plastic nylon string that is going to be used to sew around the edge of the bookmark. I have a 3-hole clear piece of paper that we're going to be cutting and putting holes into to put around the outside of the bookmark, and a ruler, a good pair of scissors, some crayons if you're going to be coloring, a glue stick, and a paper punch. This is from the inside roll of a piece of wrapping paper. Kind of weird. What we're going to be doing, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out a small piece of this cardboard paper. And the best way to do it to make it nice and flat is, I'd say maybe the length of it is about, it's a nice long, about 9.5 inches. What we're going to do is we're going to go across and mark, make it maybe about 2 inches wide. Don't forget a scissors. I myself don't happen to have one, so I'm going to use one of these crayons to mark out my 2 inches right here. Next we're going to do is lay this across, and you can either cut it or tear it, and I particularly like the way the edges come when I tear it. So we're going to do that right now. Lay this flat, saves a lot of cutting time, and then pull nice and straight, and you've got yourself a nice straight edge piece ready to go for your bookmark. We'll put this aside, and also the ruler. Next thing we are going to do is lay this flat and kind of roll it out. Go it over here. We're going to take a piece of burlap and cut it down to about the same size. Make sure it's right on the edge, and then we're going to cut right off here on the edge. We marked it right about there. And burlap's a little bit touchy to use, so kind of want to be careful when you use it. It's kind of funky. Going to cut off a piece of burlap, and then we're going to set it aside. Same thing with our material. The cardboard is a hard backing to go underneath these 2 layers, and then we'll be wrapping it with plastic and sewing it off with this. This is called Kelly Lynn's marker. I have a really funky style. You can definitely find this. I have a nice funky style of stretch material that you can find, and it's fun and funky and functional for your family. Next thing I'm going to do is do the same. I'm going to measure out how much I cut off for the burlap, only I'm going to use that size instead of the other size for the outside of the marker. So let's do that. If you're not exactly accurate, no one's going to get mad at you for that. So I cut and then I cut and I measure. So let's take care of this. We're basically going to be wrapping the marker. We're going to be wrapping the piece of cardboard a couple of times. So the next thing we're going to do is, with the burlap on the bottom part and the material facing down, we're then going to be wrapping. We're going to first take some glue, and we're going to take and put a little glue on the inside. You can probably use a glue gun. This might be a little bit better, but for me, for tonight, I'm going to use a glue stick. We're going to put a lot of glue on that, and make sure it's on there quite a bit. Then we're going to lay it in the center of the material. Make sure you get it where you want it, because you don't want any edges showing out of your cardboard. Keep it flat and flush, as they would say. So you press it down in the center. Next thing you're going to do is take and fold one side over onto itself. So let's put some more glue on this side. Yep, a lot of glue. You can even use Elmer's glue, but like I said, I tend to use this. Or a hot glue gun is good if you don't want your kids getting hurt. This is probably a better alternative, because we are going to be suturing it into itself so it doesn't fall out. So next thing you do is you fold over on itself and press down. Make sure it's nice and flat. And if you don't want this edge on, you don't have to, but I like to do a double edge so that it It's nice and fat and kind of fun and funky. It finishes off the edges. So let's get that glue on there and turn this over into itself as well. The next thing we're going to be doing with the burgundy is going to go on the opposite end of this. So we're going to turn this over on its stomach. First thing we're going to do is put a little bit of glue onto its stomach so it sticks to the center of the burlap. I mean, you want to make sure you have enough glue on this. I mean, I'm using this glue because it's quick and easy right now. You can find it at any craft store or even craft glue. Sometimes they have special glue you can use for fabric and stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is going to press that down, and then this looks like it's got some funky stuff in there, like something that's burnt. Kind of pull that out of there if you see anything that you don't like in your burgundy or your burlap. Put a little glue there, all the way down. It's clear. The thing I like about this glue stick is it dries clear. I don't want any color, you know. So next thing we'll do is we'll take the longer side and fold it over, and slowly and surely and easily press it down onto itself. Make sure it's pressed and flat. Pressed, flat, and flush. Okay? And then we'll put a little more glue on this end. Make a little bit more. And you see how nice it's starting to come out. It brings kind of a double layer feel to it, cubistic, and the colors are coming out through the burlap. I love that. I mean, it's pretty cool. Right now I'm using one of my breadboards, which is easily wiped off from the glue. I might even put a little glue on this as well, so it double locks itself. That way it's not going to come out. And then we'll let that dry while we cut out and punch the holes in the plastic. So start from the center, work your ways to the edges, pull tight and flat. Tight and flat, tight and flat. You notice there needs to be a little bit more glue, so we're going to do a little more glue on the outside of this. Might have to be a little bit different on how you do the glue. Might need to use a different glue for the outside of this. Yeah, like a hot glue gun, it might work better. Now, put it flat to itself, and flat to itself. In order for me to keep this from moving, I'm going to lay it flat on its back and push down. Set that aside while it's drying. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out how much is going to be needed for this bookmark. Now that we cut our plastic and we put the holes in it and threaded it through with the nylon thread, we now have a functional, funky, and fabulous bookmark for you and anybody in your family to enjoy. Great gifts as well. We can fit it right into one of our favorite books. My favorite as an artist, Dolly. Great book to read. A lot of surrealistic art. All you have to do is have a pair of scissors, a good nylon thread, some plastic, a clipper, a 3-hole puncher, glue stick or any kind of glue, funky fabric and funky burlap with a great ruler and a bread, and you are set. If you want to get more information about all my fabulous ideas or creative and quick ideas for you and your family around the home, and you want to get rid of that clutter, use recycle. Take it and use it in bookmarks. The next thing we're going to be doing is telling you how to make placemats. For more information on this show and other recipes or ideas, and you would like to co-host a show, please log on and get me a hold of me at kellyhegg@msn.com. That's kellyhegg@msn.com. We're at the side of Kelly's Creative Kitchen pre-work here. It's a Saturday, Leprechaun Day, March 17th. And we're going to go into the kitchen and check out what's going on in there. Kelly's Creative Kitchen. We're getting ready to set up the lights and everything. And going to make some great vegetables and fruits today. Time for a cup of joe. I think we're going to start that first. Oh, hello. Gotta look good in the kitchen, as they say. A little lipstick will do ya. These little green things I love. It doesn't fit though. Let's see. Well, this is a March 18th show. It is going to be on stew, chicken quesadillas, cheese quesadillas, and how to make a bookmark for your special someone. And that is in 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome to Kelly Lynn's Creative Kitchen. We are here to have a great time with you, make a quick and fast lunch or dinner that you don't even have to worry about. And this is a second take in 3, 2, 1. The oatmeal, it's delicious. Hi, welcome to my cozy corner. This is delicious. I'm going to pull this up. And for pennies to the dollar, you can have a very fulfilling meal. Yeah. You can also make a nice mess too. One thing I forget, don't forget napkins because this stuff can be really messy. Gotta have my cup of coffee. Nothing like a good cup of coffee in the morning to wake up the senses. Here's to the world today, and happy St. Patrick's Day and every other day that goes on. I think every day is a day for living. Nothing like a cup of Christian crank in the morning to get you going. Oh, yeah. Today we're going to have some great recipes for you to follow. We'll have minute menus, and Kelly's Creative Kitchen is going to be taking you around to show you some healthy lifestyle tips that you too can do in your own home, even sitting down. One of them, like what I'm doing right now, is tightening and releasing your buttocks. It helps to firm up your backside, and you can do the same thing with your abdominal. If you sit and tighten and breathe and release, tighten and breathe and release. You do this a little bit every day and increase it, you'll not only have a firmer waistline and a firmer backside, but you'll also have stronger lower abdominal muscles. If you would like more information about exercise and healthy dieting and eating, get onto the website at webmd.com, and you can also go to your local Y, because the Y has everything you need for a healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much. Back to the oatmeal. Delicious. I happen to say, I think I'm a pretty good microwave cook. Totally delicious. See, that's the oatmeal. I added a little milk. Healthy, easy, very efficient way to eat and keep yourself healthy too. Hi, I'm Kelly of Kelly's Creative Kitchen. Let's try that again. In 3, 2, 1. Good night. Delicious. Welcome back to Kelly Lynn's Creative Kitchen. I'm Kelly Lynn, and this is a quesadilla after 2.5 minutes. A nice melted layer of cheese, as you can tell. Your turkey and your cheese on the bottom. Next thing we're going to do, we are going to cut it into slabs, 1/8 of an inch. We can use either a knife or a pizza cutter. I'm going to use a knife today.